I would like to know, how did you study about market in your learning days? Like, did you make notes after reading books, watching videos? Did you keep a journal? The question was directed towards me, like what I did when I was learning. Simple answer is, I did not have a clue what I was doing. One thing I was doing was reading huge amounts of information, videos. I was watching so many videos. In those days, I preferred reading more. Lots and lots of books. At a time, I would read 2, 3, 4 books. Did I take out notes? Absolutely, I took out huge amounts of notes. Huge. I mean, I would go through. I would like to keep a diary sort of a thing where I would just scribble every day thoughts and plans and whatever market observations. I would go through 4 or 5 of those in a year. I would just I was taking out tons and tons of notes. Trading journal, I would keep it irregularly. Sometimes I would suddenly realize the importance of a trading journal. I would do it for a while, then I would get bored and get out of it. Then again, at some other time, I would realize and I would again start keeping it. So, and again get out of it. So I was all over the place. I was absolutely all over the place. And the reason is very simple. The reason was, I was not asking the right questions. This is very important. What I was doing was, I was reading a book. So let's say, I think Mark Douglas. Okay, Mark Douglas has written a very good book on trading psychology. Alexander Elder had a very good book. Lots of authors. Now I'm not remembering the names, but there were lots of authors whose book I read. I read Martin Prink's book on momentum. So what used to happen, the book I was reading at that point in time would have a bigger impact on me than the books I had just read, or that I was not too far into it. I had just started it and not gone deeper into the book. Those books will not have much impact on me, but the one that I was reading right now had a lot of impact. Then I took out a lot of notes, and the same cycle repeated because I was not asking the right questions. Whatever answers I was getting, they were not helping me. So I'll tell you an example. Let's say market goes higher, it comes back down. Now you are asking the question, where should I buy this pullback? So there are so many assumptions here. First, you have assumed that the trend is up. Second, you have assumed that this is just a pullback and it is bound to reverse. And after these dangerous assumptions, you are looking for a level from where it can reverse. So you can use Fibonacci, you can use support, resistances, and so many things are there. Trend line channels, 100 different things, moving averages, all those things you can use to find out where this will reverse. Now, this in itself is a stupid and absolutely wrong question, but you will get an answer. If you apply Fibonacci, you will get an answer that 50%, that is the most likely level for reversals. And then there is also 61.8%, the golden ratio. Yeah, absolutely. This is where the market has to reverse. Now, what happens is, market reverses somewhere in this zone and it starts going up, and immediately you attribute your success to this. The question to begin with was wrong. Then you started using something which has come from observation. Please understand. This has come from observation. The golden ratio exists in so many different natural phenomena. Great. What is the logic to it? That not many people have inquired about. They just say that, okay, it's happening, so we will believe in it. Okay, fine. It's there in the pyramids of Egypt. Fine. This is an observation, and it's a fantastic observation. Even I have observed so many places where I can see the golden ratio. But is there any logic? I really don't know. Why it should reverse from 50%, 61.8%? Why it can go 2-3% below that and then reverse? No answers. But you observe this, you start developing correlations in your mind, and then there is a even dangerous step you take. Is first you assume that there was a trend, then because price was moving higher, okay, directional movement was there. Then you assume that this was just a pullback, and then you said that, okay, I will use some observations made by intelligent people, and I will decide where it will reverse, and it reverses there. And now this has solidified in your mind as a potential trading setup, all the while answering the question which was wrong in itself. Same can be said about breakouts, breakdowns, and all those kinds of things. These are wrong questions. Nowhere during this whole analysis did we talk about behavior. Did we talk about time frames? Did we talk about trade facilitation? How good a job traders were doing? Nothing. We haven't inquired into the correct questions. Now, since you are not asking the right questions, the answers don't matter. But you don't know that you're not asking the correct questions. You feel if you are asking a question, anything that is associated with you, you put a lot of weightage on it, belief in it, and that is, I don't know, there's a name to it. I think it's availability bias or something. There is a technical name to it, that you believe in things that you have found out, or you have discovered, or you have studied. You give it more importance. Very simply, and you just look at a real life example. If someone is a doctor and someone is an engineer, put these two people, head to head. This guy will die defending how everyone should be a doctor, and this guy will die defending like how engineers are better than doctors. Why? Because this guy has studied engineering and this guy has studied medical sciences. The moment this guy's car breaks down, he goes to this guy. The moment this guy falls sick, he goes to this guy. He will listen to whatever the doctor is saying when he's sick. and the doctor will pay whatever amount the engineer asked to repair his car. Understand? So you guys are asking the wrong questions. You are believing what you know a little bit too much. You are putting too much emphasis on what you know. With all these biases and wrong information, we start moving forward in life. If I'm asking the wrong questions and I keep 100 journals a month, I mean 100 journals I fill up a month, it is useless. That is exactly what happened. One day I just was going through some clutter and I found a number of notebooks and those journals that I talked about, and just for fun I went through it. For a long time I read everything. I was surprised to find that what I wrote 5 years earlier is the exact same thing that I wrote 3 years earlier, 1 year earlier, and that is the exact same thing that I'm doing right now. Exact same thing. When I started using market profile chart, my initial observations were exactly same as they are today, because it is not what you're observing that matters. It is your confidence level in it, your real life experience about it. When you face real market situations and things go right, things go wrong, your observations sometimes help you, sometimes not, and you learn through that experience, and you make simple tweaks to your questions. And next time you ask a better question, next time you ask a better question, you keep moving while continuously improving. I'm very surprised that the same thing I was doing here, I was not making money. The same thing I was doing here, I was not making money. Suddenly again I'm doing the same thing, but I'm making money consistently. So what has changed? What has changed is the questions. Because I was observing the markets were doing a certain things back in the day, they are doing certain things right now. Most of it is very similar to each other because it all depends on trader behavior. That does not change. The greed, the emotions that are controlling greed, fear, anxiety, they are not going to change. They are our emotions. That's what defines humans. So markets are simply same. I was observing the markets then, I'm observing the markets now. The only difference is now I know what questions to ask. Now I know that I used to ask that question earlier, it was not correct, and that led me into wrong conclusions, making losses. And now I'm asking the right question. Now it is leading me to right conclusions and I'm making money. So to answer your question, did I take notes more than I should have? Did I keep journal more than I should have? But did it matter? No. Why? Because I was asking the wrong questions. It is more important for you to ask the right questions. And to verify whether you're asking the right question or wrong question, you should have a simple test. Whatever question you ask, what does the answer to that question tell me about trader behavior? That's it. If it is giving you insight into trader behavior, that is the right question. You should keep asking that question again and again and again in the markets. If it is not giving you any insights into trader behavior, if it is just some sort of an observation which happens to be repeating itself again and again, but it does not give you any insights into why traders are buying, what emotion the traders are feeling here, and why buying at this level is giving them confidence or not, or whatever it is. Unless you are getting these kinds of insights, whatever you ask is not going to help you. Just keeping detailed notes and going back to those notes, and I don't think you can grow like that. This is like riding a bicycle. I mean, just imagine like riding a bicycle or swimming. I did not keep a journal when I was riding a bicycle. When I learned to swim, I never kept a journal. Like, okay, today this happened. No, we went into the water and we tried to do the best we can. All the while we were just observing, okay, if I do this, it becomes better for me. If I do that, it becomes better for me. Trading is like that. You hold on to it tighter, trading journals, this and that and this and that, not going to help. But you let it go, you ask the right questions, you focus on uncovering the trader behavior. There is some hope that you will be able to quickly move through this learning phase and get into that phase where you are confidently applying your learnings to the market and consistently making money. So I hope this extremely long and probably boring answer helped you. It's an important topic. It's closer to my heart because I have faced that problem